Okay, guys. Homework. We've come to that point in our conversation, and we probably will have to keep this reasonably brief, unfortunately. We ran over a bit on some of our timings. We were challenged by Ford, I think, this time.
Yes, indeed.
To play for an hour or a side mission from the game Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
2. Who wants to go first? What was your experience like? How did you get on? Did you enjoy it? Was there any problems? Any comment in the game in general?
I don't want to go first because I got quite a bit to see.
Have you?
I don't want to step on your toes. Yeah.
All right, okay, I'll go first. So this was my first time, so I worked through the tutorial and then did one of the side missions. I found
the tutorial. Do you mean you began the story mode from the beginning? Did you?
Yes. Where they're showing you everything and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit drawn out, but yeah, okay.
Yeah,
the snowy mountains. Yeah,
I found the cutscene graphics to be a little below average, to be honest.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah, and I thought the women's faces looked scary beyond all belief.
They
are.
So freaky. There were no attractive women in Red Dead Redemption.
No. That's not true. You haven't played it enough.
Even the ones that are meant to be attractive don't really have much attraction.
I mean, I'm not attracted to them because I'm attracted to somebody else already, but you know what I'm saying.
I think maybe you've got some weird things in your brain.
Go on.
Really weird. In terms of gameplay, I found it a bit unresponsive. A bit like you'd want to turn your horse around or something, or turn to the left a bit, and there was a bit of lag. I don't know if that's intentional to make it like you're trying to control a horse here. It's not going to be instant, but yeah. And maybe when I would try and get my weapon out or whatever, it'd take a little while.
I have thought about that. And I've thought that's actually, I think it is intentional to make the animation seem lifelike. So rather than like turning around on the spot, like a lot of games do, it doesn't look real at all. Obviously, if AI do that as well, your NPC is doing that, and it doesn't look real and it doesn't feel real, it doesn't immerse you. So I think it's the same for other games that they've made, like GTA and like games that we were talking about. I think was it last week?
Yeah,
Witcher is similar to that as well. But yeah, I think it's made to feel more lifelike.
I found it a little distracting, but then I wasn't playing for very long, so maybe I just didn't get into it. But yeah,
was it an enjoyable experience for you?
Yes, it was.
With those negative points aside.
Oh, we probably should have said off the offset. It is a bit 18, so you want to watch out if you're sensitive to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Shall I get? Go on, you go next.
Okay. I think it's an extremely ambitious game. Rockstar made it, if you didn't know. Same people who did G2A, but obviously it's very, very different to what they've done before, and a completely new world. Kind of, obviously this is the first one, but the way that did it is very ambitious. There was a lot to it. It was amazingly well put together. I think there's a part I was riding along with a character called Lenny, and I went a bit too fast, and he fell back. And I was like in the middle of a sentence, and it finished that sentence, and then Lenny caught up and said, "And what did you say?" And then I started the sentence again, and then quickly flowed back into it again. I'd never seen that on a game before. It actually kind of blew my mind a little bit. The attention to detail of that. I think there's a lot of things to do within the game. Like I don't really get bored. Like you can do like stealing horses and wagons, playing poker and dominoes. Lots of side missions and like hunting, like legendary animals, that kind of thing. Lots of things to complete.
It's a massive game.
Yeah, for sure. And to counter Ford's point about it looking below average, I think obviously it depends on what console you're using.
I was talking cutscenes, by the way.
Cutscenes, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was going to put in out the cinematic mode as well. Obviously, you can go into cinematic mode where you're riding along. You can do that at any point in time. And there's different camera angles, even along the road that you're normally riding down, that follow Arthur along really well. And it's like, how is this actually part of the game? That they've put this camera angle in here by this rock on a random road. And it's really, really cool. And I think it's great looking. I think if you played it on PC or on a PlayStation Pro or Xbox One X, then it looks better than on a normal PlayStation or normal Xbox One.
I guess I'm considering it from a nowadays graphics level. I expected
It's not
better.
that old.
It's not old at all. I mean, there are better games looking like Crisis.
Yeah.
It's a classic one. Crisis is very, very good looking, but to be able to run on a normal like PS4 or Xbox One, obviously the graphics do take a backseat. But I think it's still good looking anyway.
Brilliant. Yeah. Shall I say what I was going to say?
Yes, you should.
Thank you. I'm mightily impressed by this game. I bought the PlayStation 4 Pro with the Red Dead Redemption bundle thing a year ago now, and I've played the game probably to about 30%, then put it down for quite some months, not really touched it for a while, but going back to it for this homework challenge has really excited me. I've enjoyed the time I've spent on it. Took me a little while, I must admit. I forgot how to put my gun away, and so when I was in the streets of Saint Denis, soon got cautioned by the cops, but still couldn't put my gun away. So I tried to hide behind my horse, and they started coming in from all angles, the cops, and so I had to run. And then I hid in somebody's garden. Then I forgot how to crouch behind a bush, so I got killed. I was dead within minutes. Yeah. So a bit too realistic. But once I'd remembered how to control Arthur, it was an exciting mission. I had to do the money lending and other sins mission 1, I think it's called, where one of your campmates, we call them that, Leopold Strauss, he sends you off to go and recover some debts. And I think it was 2 different debtors that you have to go to, and you get really immersed. Like, I have to threaten these people, but I don't want to hurt them. Thankfully, I guess I allow my real world ethics to overflow into my gaming as well. And, if I can get them to pay up, because you've got to as part of the game, without having to thump him, then I will.
You don't like to kill chickens, do you, in Minecraft?
I don't like killing chickens in Minecraft, no, or any of the animals in Minecraft.
I was actually thinking that. I was playing it today as well. I was thinking that I was on I think maybe the number 2 mission from Leopold Strauss, and collecting more debts, but this time it's from a man took out a loan. I don't want to spoil too much for anybody or for you. Man took out a loan, but he died, so it got passed on to his widow and his son. But you still have to go and collect the debts while they're packing all their stuff and having to move, sell their house and everything. But you just have to cold-bloodedly go in and just take their money from them. And then you just you can see as Arthur Morgan, I don't know if it's different in different playthroughs. As Arthur Morgan, you haven't got any remorse or anything. Like, you're the bad guy, but you forget that you're the bad guy.
It really throws up some emotions, doesn't it? That's probably the next mission I'll have to do, because it was a farmer who was sick, and his wife and his son, and his wife comes running out when you're talking to the farmer, and she says, "Leave me alone, can't you see he's not well?" And it's really quite emotive, and in the end Arthur lets him be. But obviously you've just, spoiler alert, you've told me what's about to happen. I'll have to go back to that farm again and do what you've just said. But I will just say quickly, what I'm so impressed by the game is just the environments. I just love walking and riding around the environments and standing on top of a hill, looking at the scenery. I love it. The wildlife. There was another incident that really did annoy me, a negative, is I was walking down a narrow alleyway and this guy was in the way. This was while I was still in Saint Denis, after I worked out how to put my gun away, or not get it out accidentally that time. And he kind of started getting annoyed with me because I might have bumped into him. And we ended up in a fist fight, but I couldn't get away from the fist fight. I wanted to back off. I wanted to run away, and not get it. So in the end, I didn't win the fist fight. He killed me by thumping me. Yeah,
wow.
Because I could have probably got a knife out and stabbed him or shot him, but I didn't want to do that either. So, is there a way of avoiding fist fights?
I don't know. I thought there was. I thought you could just point in the direction and just tap
Well, I
A
tried
and go.
that. I tried that, but I couldn't seem to get away. Anyway,
Maybe not
that's just probably my inability to play the game very well.
I don't know.
Yeah. But, so, how do we do this? Do we rate it? Give it a number?
How many 6 shooters out of 10 do you give it?
6 shooters.
I'd give it 5.5 6 shooters.
I was going to go 5.5.
Oh, out of 10 or out of 6?
Yeah, out of 10.
Out of 10.
It's got to be out of 6. If it's
all right, fine. Yeah, so 6 shooters out of 6.
5.5 out of 6 shooters.
Yeah, that would be my rating. 5.5.
I see. It's not perfect, but it's very, very good.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 4. I mean, I did have a good time, but like I say, it was for a modern game. I was expecting better.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I've only played the tutorial in a bit, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you should play some more and get back to us if you've changed your mind or not.
It's a great game, and it gets better, I think, as the more you play it.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is violent. There's some swearing.
Another thing obviously we're going over quite a lot, but another thing I really want to know is very interesting how, because Rebecca's playing it as well, and there's one point that you get a lot of money, and she got to that point and she's still got all of her money. She's got like $4,000 or like $3,000, something like that. I got to that point, I got $4,000, and now I spent it all, and I only got $500 anymore. And she's like, "How on earth did you spend all that money?" So I just went to town and literally bought everything.
Interesting.
It's just really cool how obviously 2 different players can do different things throughout this big world, and I enjoyed it a lot.
And of course, then there's also the whole online experience, which none of us, I don't think, have really enjoyed yet. Unless you have done.
I need to pay for it to be able to play it. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Interesting.